So the whole child approach focuses not just on the development of their cognitive development, not just learning English, but also focusing on developing the other kind of main skills that the students need. So as you can see here in the definition, so focusing on developing their social, emotional, mental, and physical skills in the classroom. So not just English skills, but looking at them as a whole child. Okay? So developing everything. So how can we do that? How can we do that? So during classes, we try to focus on these 5 main points. Okay, so trying to keep the child healthy, safe, engaged, supported, and challenged. Okay, so remember our 4 things here are social, emotional, mental, and physical. Okay? So healthy, of course, healthy in the sense, you can't really ensure that they're eating well all the time, especially now that they're at home, but healthy in the sense that they have a healthy mind, like a healthy approach to the classroom. Are they learning in a healthy, productive way? Are they making good decisions? And that's, sometimes they don't know, obviously they're ages 3 to 5. So that's where we come in to make sure that, they understand what decisions they're making, okay? And then safe, just keeping the environment in the classroom positive. So in the online classroom, making sure that the students aren't all speaking over each other. Okay? So it's kind of easier a little bit in the online class because in Zoom meetings or whichever, you can mute. You have the opportunity to mute the students if they're being too loud. But in a classroom, it takes a little bit more effort. Okay? And then keeping them supported. So building that trust between you and your students, letting them know, okay, like even if something happens, we're there to kind of help. Okay? It's not like a teacher versus student. It's together. You're there to help them. Okay? Keeping them engaged. Now this is kind of a big point for a lot of teachers. How can we keep them engaged? So just building the motivation and building interests in your class, using creative lessons or projects. And there's various other materials that you can use. And I'm going to kind of show some things today of how we can keep the students engaged. Okay. And then challenged. So remember, again, I'm going to be saying this a lot over the course of the training. We're looking at ages 3 to 5. So a challenge, you have to just always remember that a challenge for a 3 to 5-year-old isn't going to be the same for us, right? So, a simple challenge of, having the students learn an extra word, that could be a big enough challenge depending on their level. So, which means something, even if it feels like it's easy to us, we have to kind of put our minds into, a child that age. Okay? So a challenge for us is a little bit different for the students. And even with those challenges, we can think of creative ways to challenge them physically, socially, mentally, all that. So, was there any questions about this so far? About the whole child approach, about how I kind of explained? These are kind of just rough ideas on what mindset we should have as teachers going into teaching kindergarten. So if there's any questions right now regarding that, or any kind of ideas that you might have, feel free to write them in the chat. I want to do my best to kind of I want to be interactive with you, keep you guys engaged as well. So if you do have any questions, don't be shy. Yeah, it's okay to ask. Okay, so going into the next part here. So knowing what resources you have available already. Okay? So whichever book that you're using, see what is already given to you and how you can use it. So at eFuture, we have our own kindergarten book. So these are, if I was using this book, these are the things that I would have. I have the student book, activity book, stickers, and then the most important thing, I think, for any teacher right now that is teaching online is an e-kit or ebook. Okay. So a lot of times an e-kit or ebook have those resources that you'd normally use in class that you're able to present, through screen share to your class. Okay. So in the terms of games and activities, these are the kinds of things that are, included in our e-kit. These are some games that you can play. So I want to kind of do some of these games with you. So I might have to re-log into my account. It's been a while. Okay, now we're fine. Okay, so I'm going to share. So this is, this is our ebook. Okay? So if I was presenting to a class, this is our ebook. So I have their student book. So the students can have their own book, in front of them. And then the way the teacher presents, you have this. Okay? You have your ebook. If we're learning, let's go with farm animals. Okay. So if you're learning farm animals, you'll have all your videos, all your music there, and all your normal kind of classroom management tools that you would use normally in class. Just to check, you guys can see this screen right now, right? Can you give me a quick okay or yes in the chat? Just want to make sure before I continue on. There's no technical issues right now. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, so this would be how you would kind of present the class. So you can still see my camera, so the students can still see your face, and then you can go through each of the normal parts of the lesson. Okay, so where the games come in, so you'll have your flashcards. So we can do here. So if we're introducing, so you can have your digital flashcards. You can still use like normal flashcards, so you can still put it up to your screen and all that and review it with the students. You double check, make sure the audio will play as well. So let me know in the chat if you can hear the sound. Were you able to hear that? So this is cow. Oh no, okay, let me double check. No, yes, there are some no and yeses. This one. How about that? Oh. How about that one? Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of settings that, so this is another thing when it comes to online classes, making sure that, your audio settings are set. So this one, yeah, making sure your computer audio is the same. So with the webinar setup, we have 2 different speakers. So, okay, so now I've troubleshooted that. So the cow, so you can go through, listen and repeat. Hen, you can have them still drill the students this way, whether you're using the physical flashcards or online digital flashcards. And then you'll have your e-activities. Okay, so you're listening for the word, and then you have to find the flashcard. So you can have the students say when to stop, and then kind of do it this way. Okay, so that's one. Listen and match. So our other variations here. So here's another e-activity.
What is this? It's my dad. What is that? It's a horse.
Okay, so is it 1 or 2? Which audio? Which is the correct answer? Is it number 1 or number 2?
What is this? It's my dad. What is that? It's a horse.
So it's a horse. So if the students practice the horse, it's number 2 the answer. Okay. Then, so throughout each part of your lessons, you're going to have different activities. Okay? So here's another one. So here's just a simple puzzle activity. And not only will you be able to have access to the ebook, but the students can also have access to the ebook as well and do these activities themselves. So there's like the puzzle, and then there's even more flashcards. So if you're learning extra words, so you're learning the numbers, drawing, and then we have like our review activities. So here's kind of a matching game. So you can try to find the match. Click here.
Duck.
No, it's not duck. See if I can find the pair. Oh, there's duck.
Duck.
Do it this way.
Rat. Cow.
There's the cow. Okay, so there's different kind of matching games you can do. And then this is like the review game. So they're practicing their vocabulary. And you kind of do it that way.
Duck. Duck.
Okay. So those are kind of some included activities in the ebook. So if you guys have an ebook for whichever book that you're using, kind of dive in and see what kind of activities are available. As well as, even not sure if you have it in the ebook, but even on Zoom, if you wanted to draw something, you can draw it. So if like you wanted to pretend to color something, have them color it. You can kind of play around with that. On Zoom, you can do the same thing. There's a connotation function where you can draw. So I can close this. So utilizing that. So if you wanted, and in Zoom meetings, you can have the students do it. So let's go back to kind of the vocabulary, or even just this picture here. So if you wanted the students to draw here, you can ask the students, because the students will be able to have the access. If you give it to them, they will have the access to this function, and you can ask a student to circle the duck or circle the hen, or in this one, circle the dad. So you can do different things like that using the Zoom functions as well, and then you can erase them at the same time. Okay, so these are kinds of things that are already given to you in your ebook that you can try to use. Okay, so that's that. Right here. So we went through there. So we have the review games, matching games, flashcards you can do with the students. We do have an activity book as well that you can kind of do as well. Kind of what I talked about with the connotation function, using the activity book. What I mean by that. So there's different things here. So can you find the two differences in these two pictures? Can you tell me what's different? And write it in the chat. What are two different things in these pictures? Again, it might be easy for us, but some of our students might not. It's going to be that kind of challenge for the students. So thank you. Good. Mom and dad. Good. Mom and dad is different. So you can circle it. There's the dad. There's the mom. And then the duck and the chicken. Good. So you can also spotlight it. So we have the duck here and the chicken. Okay, so these were the two. Very good. Great students. You get an A, the three of you. Okay. So then we can move on. Okay. So those are some kind of activities that you can try to find. and you can even do. So in addition to even using your ebook, this is a way you can do worksheets. If you wanted to do them digitally, is another way you can do worksheets. So if I had a problem, like say I had to fill in the blank, you can still use the text to on Zoom and write it in. So you can kind of make sure the text box is over the blank, and you can go over the worksheets with the class. So maybe not for kindergarten, but for like elementary level, as just kind of a side note, that's something that you would be able to do. Okay, so going on. So yeah, that's the teacher's package. Okay, so now kind of the big parts here. So we have some other activities and games to kind of play around with. All right. So first kind of go into some warm-up games. So what I'm going to show is kind of some PPT, the PPT games, and some website resources that you can use in class. So the good thing about these, you can use them when you get back into your normal class, but during these times as well, kind of simple to use. Okay. So one quick note with warm-up games, just make sure that they're easy. Okay. These warm-up games are meant to start the class, so you don't want to challenge the students too much at the beginning. Okay? You don't want because sometimes if they're too difficult for the students, it's easy for their brains to kind of switch. Okay? Especially that young, you don't know where their feelings and moods are going to be going. Okay? So here's some warm-up activities. So in person, what's in the bag activity can be done quite simply. You can still do it via the camera. So I have like my bag here and I have different items. Okay. So it's kind of hard to do it here, but like you could, when you're in person, like have them guess. So basically they're guessing what's in your bag. So once you're in person with the students, you can have the students feel it, okay, and they can try to guess, okay, what is this object, okay? And then kind of go around and ask multiple students, okay? So I have different fruits. I'm gonna see how good guessers you are, okay? So I have different fruits. Can you guess what kind of fruit I have in my bag? Fruit. What kind of fruit do you think I have in here? I have 3 different fruit, actually. Ooh, very good. One of them is actually an apple. Very good. Okay, so the first one was an apple, so very good. Okay, so I'll show this one here. Actually, let me pause here so you can see the full screen. See if you can see me. Okay, so here's the second one. Okay, here's the second one. Here's the shape. What do you think it is? What do you think this is? So pear, mango. Well, an egg. So we're looking at fruits. Reminder, we have fruit. Mango, pears, a lot of pear and mangoes. So I'll give you a hint. Ooh, there's one. So remember to change your chat settings so all of you can see. So a lot of you are just focused on sending me the message, so you can't see what everyone else. But we do have a winner. I'm probably going to butcher this name. Koem Kaprona? It is a strawberry. It's a strawberry. Very good. Only one to mention the strawberry. Okay. Ooh, I actually have 2 more in here. So I had 4. So let's do one last one here. So let's see if you can get this one. This one might be easy. So here, let me just push this in. Like this. So the shape. Banana. These are plastic fruit, by the way. So very good. We had a few there. Little watermelon. Very good. Piece of watermelon. Very good. Okay, so this one way you can do it via the camera. I think the last one, what's my last one here? Well, the last one's actually a vegetable. So the last one was lettuce. Yeah, so that was were the fruits. Okay, very good. You all deserve a great golden star. Okay. So going back here. So if you wanted to do this activity very easily, you can do this through a PPT as well. So you just got to find an image. So you have an image of a bag. And obviously you can't show them the shape like I did with you just now, but you can get your images of your flashcards or of real images and kind of slowly reveal them. You can say, oh, can you guess what this is? Is there any guesses so far what this image is? So this is actually a flashcard that's behind this bag. But you can pretend like, do the motions like you're taking it out of a bag. So no guesses. I'd be surprised if someone got this at the first on this round. And then you kind of show a little bit more. Oh, this might be too much. Can you guess what this is? Very good. It's a book. Okay, so you can keep slowly revealing it this way. Oh, a folder. That's another good guess. It's a book. You can slowly do it that way. So there's the PPT kind of digital version, but you can still also, take them out of your bag, like physically. Okay, so that's kind of one activity, kind of the in-person and digital adaptation of it. Okay. And then kind of what we did earlier, a simple memory game. So this one's a little bit different. So you can have your set of pictures here. So you can do this. I'll do the digital version first and then kind of demo how you could possibly do it with your camera in person with the students. So I want you to try to remember these flashcard images that I have. So you can obviously repeat with the students of the words. So we have bus, we have table, we have chair, we have crayon, we have book, and we have a boat. Okay? So I'll give you like 10 seconds. Remember what we have here. So count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm going to take one away. So can you tell me what is missing? So we had 6 things, but now I took one thing away. One thing is missing. Which object is missing? There we go. We have some people that remember the crayon. Very good. The crayon's missing. All of you wrote the answers in at the same time. Realized. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. Okay. Which is missing? I should be keeping points for the different schools, all of your different schools. That would have been a fun kind of game to play throughout the training. Oh, the crayon. Oh, the crayon was the previous one. The crayon is here now. Ooh, Fafana. Very good. Now it's the chair. The chair is missing. The book is hiding behind the bus. Okay, very good. We'll do one last one here. Oh, actually, no, not one last one. That was the last one. Okay, so you can do it this way. And then the physical way you can do it. So you can take your flashcards. Let's see, these all colors. So I have different colors. So just using your camera, let me pause here. So you can go through them together. So you can say orange, you can do red, go through your different colors. Luckily, we have space behind here. So if you had space or a wall, depending on how you do your classes, so I could show all of them. And if they're laminated, it would be easier. You can kind of put them up on the board or put them up on the wall and kind of have the students, of course you'd take one away take a color away, and then you can put them up and do kind of the same activity. Okay? You can even add in like different things to kind of throw them off a bit, but, depending if they're okay with that kind of challenge. So you could kind of tape or put the flashcards up on the wall, kind of do the same memory activity with the students that way. Okay, so there's that. And so it's going a lot of back and forths. Okay, and then a simple flash game. So this is again using flashcards. For this one, let me see if I can do this with you guys. Choose a random flashcard that I have here. So this one will be a little bit difficult. Let me get a different one. So I'm going to basically show the flashcard really quick and then put it down. Okay. So let me pause here. So I'm going to show a flashcard really quickly. Tell me if you know the answer. Okay, ready? Anyone get that? Yellow is a good guess. So this one's not colors. So if it's not a color, ball is a good guess. Oh, Nolan again, pin. Good, so it was a circle. Good, circle was the answer here. Okay, good. Let's do one last one here. Okay, you ready? I'll try to do this really quickly. So I'm gonna start from off screen. Just flash it. Okay, ready? Did you get that one? So there's different ways you can try to do this. Orange, very good. So you can do it with different ways. You just go down like this. So you can kind of be more playful and interactive with the students this way as well. Okay, lemons. Oh, no, it wasn't lemons. Okay, so you can do it that way in the camera. You can also do it through PPT. Okay, so if you wanted to do the flash, you can do it like that. So this one here actually was the same answers for this one. So this one was an orange. Okay, so through here you're going to have to play around with the animations in PowerPoint. You can flash with them. So let's try to do another one. Tell me what the answer is. Ready? What was it? Need me to do one more time? Are you ready? So this one here. This one was, good, we have one person, the bananas. Good, so this was bananas. Okay. And then we'll do one last one here. So this one hopefully will be a bit more difficult. Let's see. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Anyone get that one? Ooh, hopefully my chat isn't lagging. I'm getting everyone's banana right now. Hopefully I'm not lagging behind here. Let me show this one just in case again. It's this one. Everyone's catching up. I'm not sure if my chat is lagging or if I'm going too fast here. Okay, very good. An apple. Good. It was an apple. Apples. Okay, very good. Is it lagging behind? Can you let me know? I feel like, yeah. All right, so yep, it was apples. Okay, very good. So continuing on. So yeah, it's a bit small. So this one, I tried to vary it to challenge you guys a bit more. Because with the bigger images, I would use the bigger images to for the regular students. But again, more with all you guys, I wanted to make it a bit more challenging. So that's why I made it a bit smaller to see if you guys can get it. Okay. So now, so another kind of warm-up game that you can do is a hidden picture. Okay, so I actually have a different presentation for this one, different PPT. So you can do a quick hidden picture game with the students as well. So this one here is family. This one here is family. Okay. So this is the topic that we're learning. So basically it's having these little kind of boxes and having an image behind it. Okay. So can you guys write in a color that you want me to click on? So there's actually multiple of the same color. But so green, let's choose this one here. Oh, looks like there's multiple people. Red, okay. Well, looks like there might be an arrow pointing somewhere. Guess. So let's go with orange, blue. Any guesses? Purple, dark blue. I'm doing everything except for this one here. See if you guys can guess. So remember, this is family. What do you think the answer is? And very good. Mother, very good. So then you can show and mother. It'll be mother. Very good. Do another one. So I'm just going to slowly click here. Click even these side ones. Boy, okay, family members. Very good. Brother, very good. So remember, the topic is family. Son would have been a good one as well. You could probably even add that into your answer. So it could be brother or son, depending on perspective. And one last one. Okay, kind of go in the circle here. Oops, hold on, sorry, go back. This one. And what do we have here? We have, who is this? Grandpa. Here we go. This one's actually grandpa. Not your grandmother. Sister. I guess it could be someone's, depending on the perspective, it could be someone's sister. But this is grandpa. Oh, actually, that would be brothers, though. Not grandma. Okay, so this is a hidden picture game you can do with the students. You can kind of play around. Just put, again, kind of similar to what's in the bag. It's like a slowly revealing type thing. So just another variation of it. Okay. Okay. And then now some websites that we can use. So again, you'll be getting the presentation at the end. So all of these links and stuff you'll have access to. So this one is called Brain Pop. Okay. So this is kind of a simple warm up, like so you can kind of take. This website has different kind of categories. So depending on what the students are learning, let me just go back really quick and show you. So you can do like nouns, countries, continents, instruments, basic adding, animals. So based on what they're doing or what they're learning, you could use some of these lists that are pre-made. Even just taking this idea and putting it on PowerPoint is possible. So let's do nouns. And of course, with you guys, we're going to use a bit more challenging categories. So what this is this game gives you different things. Okay? It gives you different things. And then you get categories. Okay? So I'm going to try to choose the more harder ones for you guys, and we'll try to categorize all these nouns together. So this is a 5-point, no plural. Finish the sentence. So that's allowed, and I will visit. Okay. So obviously, the higher the points, the more difficult they'll be. So let's kind of do these together. So these are all of our words, right? So with the kindergarten students, this could be a good review activity. So if they were learning colors, they were learning animals, they were learning shapes, you can put all of those kind of images on a PowerPoint slide on the back here, and then you can have you can put on the bag. It's like, okay, on your bag it says, move back the slide. Show my PowerPoint again. You'll be getting my slides at the end. So yeah, don't worry if you want to take a picture or something of it or get the link. I'll be giving it to you at the end. Okay. So yeah, you can put the category in your bag or on the bag, and then just put the flashcards and have the students tell you where to put them. Okay. So we can do this together. So first one, so challenging everyone, not nouns, not nouns. Can you tell me which words in here are not nouns? So remember, nouns are person, place, or thing. Proud, okay. I'm gonna put proud in the basket. Soft. Ooh, okay. So nouns, person, place, or thing is a noun. So what is not a person, place, or thing? Angry, very good. So on here, you can also check which ones you have. Noisy, good. Soft, I put soft in, good, soft is in there. Okay, do you think that's it? Success. Some people think success. Hungry. Where was hungry? Is hungry here? I don't see hungry. I think we put hungry inside. Angry was there. Okay. Do you think that's it? Is that the final? Get an okay if you think that's the end. So what you can do here, so you can check your answers. Happiness, we want to throw happiness in there. Warmth. Okay, so then we can show our bucket here. Kind of lay them out. Is there any that we want to take out? You think everything is okay? Sheep, sheep is a noun. So if we think all of this is okay, we can submit our bucket and check the answers. Ooh, so success, happiness, and warmth are nouns. So they get put back, okay? So we have 13 points. So now No plural form. No plural form. So you don't add an ES or an S at the end. Oops. So which has no plural form? Sheep. Good, sheep is one. Warmth. Good. Happiness. New York and Mount Everest. I think we can put that in another category. If you look at our other category here. Halloween. Okay, so just not to spend too much time on here, let's check our answers. Whoops. Took happiness out. Let's check our answers. Sheeps could be used, and Halloweens are actually as well. Okay. And then that's allowed. So someone loud, that's allowed Obama. That's allowed child. That's allowed person. Okay. Washing machine, witch, mouse. So you can kind of go through, check here. So you can kind of do this activity kind of like this, just kind of categorizing the words kind of simply there, okay? So that's one. I don't want to spend too much time. It might take too long for all that, but that's kind of the general idea, kind of categorizing there, okay? And then we have another one here on Starfall, okay? So this is a website called Starfall. Sorry, it's flipping back and forth. So here's this one. It has a lot of kindergarten stuff on here. There's a lot of videos, nursery rhymes, practicing the colors, the alphabet. So there's a lot of things that you can do in here with the students. So here's kind of a word machine. So if they're, you're practicing phonics or practicing alphabet with them, you can play the videos. So you can have them listen and repeat this way.
Now you say
Cat.
Cat.
And you can kind of go through different words with them that way. So this is kind of a warm up. So some of the other things they have, oops, so you can practice the individual letters as well, clicking through here to do with the students. There's a lot of ABC rhymes, so chants, some extra phonics. So this is mostly free. There are, of course, going to be some, paid things, but a lot of these resources are free that you can go in and do. So you can also do numbers and all that. Okay? So there's a lot of singing, there's a library. So there's a lot of kind of warm up things when it comes to using the alphabet and practicing. Okay. All right. So let's go back. Okay. So using vocabulary. So one activity you can do for vocabulary as well. So a lot of these can be interchanged as well if you kind of realize it. The activities can be used for warm-up, but can also be used for specific vocabulary or review. It's not just really one, but this is kind of how I would use them in class. So then we have another one here called Shuffle Cups. So this one here, you would have you can kind of show it with your camera if you had put the camera down to your table or something. You would just kind of tape the words inside the cup. And then kind of like the street magicians would do, kind of shuffle them around and see if the students can guess where the word is. Yeah, I don't have my cups here, but I made a PPT version. So what you could do is just print out the words or print out a picture. You can do it that way for the in-person camera way. And then I have a PPT version here, okay? So this one is slightly different. Instead of asking them to pick the card that has the word already, we're going to pick a word to start, okay? So what's going to happen is these pictures here are going to get covered. And after they get covered, they're going to shuffle. Okay? So you need to follow one. You need to follow one and tell me what number it's behind, okay? So if we start with crayon, we're going to follow the crayon. At the end, I want you to tell me what number the crayon is behind, okay? So we have crayon. You want to follow? Are you ready? Okay. So follow the crayon. Okay, so what number is the crayon? Keep in mind, this is the hard mode. Again, I tried to make it challenging for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. See some ones, see some threes. So let me show this one more time. I see every number answer. Okay? So we'll do this one more time. So we're following this one here. Okay, so it's going to get covered and moved around. Okay, you ready? Give you one more chance. So this is the crayon. Okay, ready? Okay, so I see some 4s, 5, 6. So 5 or 6. See a 2, 1. Okay, 2. 2 is a book. Okay. So I see some 1s. Let's see number 1. Number 1 is the chair. Number 1 is the chair. So we're looking for the crayon. Number 2. Very good. The crayon was behind number 2. And then 3 was the table. 4 was the book. Okay, very good. Okay, and then you can keep going. Go to the next one. So we have, you can do 6 if you wanted. Obviously with kindergarten students, I would stick with the 3 or 4. Just stick with that with the students. And stick with 3 or 4. But with you guys, you can go up to 6, or depending on time here, you go even up to 9. So there's different ways you can do it. Maybe with your elementary students, you can go up to 6 or 9. But with the elementary or the kindergarten levels, 3 or 4 is what I recommend if you wanted to do this. Okay. So this is kind of a Shuffle Cups PPT variation. Okay. Oh, the sound. It's okay. Yeah, playing this one over the internet like this, I feel like lag might be difficult. So if you're trying to follow and maybe the internet hiccups, then you might miss it. So yeah, keeping it to 2 or 3 and yeah, keeping it simpler. Okay, so there's that one. And then some websites for the vocabulary activities. So let me go back to my browser to share with you. So let me move this bar to the way. So English vocabulary again. So this website has some has different games, and then also you can choose the topics as well, vocabulary. So if we wanted to do a spelling game with the students, so we go through the spelling game, and then they have different topics you go through. So bathroom, body, Christmas, colors, family. So you can go through. So we had the fruits earlier. So we can click the fruits, and the students can click the picture. So they get the letters, and then they can practice it. Okay, so you goes first. I can drag. What is it? It's an apple.
Apple.
Okay, so you can kind of practice it that way. Go over the vocabulary words with them, different activity ideas that you can do. Okay, and then there's some kind of printables that the students can do as well. But with the kindergarten level, kind of keep it with the simpler activities here. Okay, and then let's see. Oh, this one's so that's kind of the other vocabulary one. I think I had a PPT. Go back to my PPT. Yeah, so that's kind of the simple vocabulary activity. And then with the alphabet and phonics, you can do, the previous PPT games, like the hidden picture, like the matching, even with any of the flashcard activities, you just have to swap them for letters. And you can practice the phonics and alphabet with that. So we have this one here, teach your monster to read. So this one here, oops, this one here again. Yeah, sorry if I keep jumping back and forth, kind of want to display it on the PowerPoint and then kind of show you in the browser. So this is just a demo. So this is called Teach Your Monster to Read that I found. An important thing here, the computer version is free, okay, 100% free. So you can kind of go through. Okay. Close that. Okay. So you can go through the demo. Okay. This is kind of an activity you can do with your students. Displayed. Okay.
Find the rest of my letters, and I can fix part of your spaceship.
So find the letters. It's kind of an interactive game. You can play with the students.
All the ducks have escaped. Put all the ducks in the...
So the cut pond. The ducks. So you kind of, it follows your cursor. So you can have the students practice it themselves, or you can do it that way. So other games, let's see.
Put all the ducks in the... Find the rest of my letters.
So you can have them pick, do different letters, practice. So there's other activities where the students will have to kind of choose the correct word to go with the activity.
And I can fix...
Let me go back, sorry. So this is just the demo that they have. So if we have a journey, so this is with words. So this is the journey you kind of walk through, kind of like the stars.
Say the sentence out loud, so your monster knows what to do.
Get me that big cat. You can kind of practice it that way. You go to the cat, you get the prize. So this is kind of something you can have the students practice, do, and you can kind of watch them do it. In the meetings, you can have the students do it in groups and do it that way. Okay. So that's that activity here. Stop. Okay. Okay. Then going back through. Yeah, so that's kind of the alphabet phonics stuff. Okay, sorry, the music is still playing. And then I have some extra kind of resources that fall into multiple categories. So I talked about in the beginning general tips to get the students away from the screen at times. So creating online activities. So this website here called Seesaw has a lot of activities that other teachers have made, but are available for free to use. Actually, the music is still playing here. So this is Seesaw, and it's free, and you can create and save your own library of activities up to a certain number. So the free version you can get, I think it's somewhere around 100 that you can save. So I went through various activities that I thought I liked, that I would use with my students. So you can create your own class. So these are all kindergarten activities. And then you can have the students do them. Yeah. So this one, kind of a shape hunt. So if we were practicing shapes earlier, we practiced circle. You can have them look at this. So you can play the video. So this teacher created their own video. Okay, so you can have them look at this picture and where are the circles, how many circles they see, how many squares, do they see any that they missed, any other circles. So there's some square rectangles here and all that. Okay, so that's kind of one activity. And then you kind of give them the instructions. And especially students at this young age, I know the kind of worry of, can I use the native language? I think it's okay to give them instructions, both in the native and the English language, just to get them kind of exposed to the language more. So there's kind of the shape hunt. So this one here. So you can kind of give them this prompt. So this is something to get them away from the screen. So an activity they can do. If you have the time in class to do it, you can do it, or you can have them as an extra kind of outside of class activity. So maybe they need to take pictures, okay? So look through your home and find a number that tells you how heavy something is. So finding a scale, and you can take a picture of that. Taking a picture of a clock. So different vocabulary that you can do and kind of, you can use for different lessons based on the vocabulary. You can use, you can reuse it in different ways. Adjectives, so if you wanted the students to practice, describing themselves or describing a thing, the students would be able, once you assign them, they would get this template and then they would kind of edit it. So write down certain things, and then you can kind of go through. So here's the community, and you can go through. So popular this week in kindergarten. Let's see what other teachers are doing with their students. So counting, scavenger hunt, so virtual PE. Okay, so there's different things that you can do here. And then, let me go back. So with the community. So and if you like certain activities, you just click the heart and then kind of continue on there. Okay. So you can kind of see all this in there. Okay. Other ones I'll show you this after. I'll just go through my tabs. So with the hidden picture PPT that I showed earlier, you can download them all here on this website. There's other PowerPoint games that are available. So there's hidden picture, the matching games, car race games. This one's a writing game, Sleeping Penguins, and just other kind of activity games that you could use in your class through PPT. This dance game you can use, again, with the alphabet, actually. Did I have it open? Yeah. So let me show just what it looks like. So here, So kind of with phonics, you can do the, you know, small consonant, vowel, consonant words to practice. You can replace them with just the letters. And how you do it, this game is called Let's Dance. So not sure if you guys have heard of the Baskin Robbins game. So the students can read up to 3 boxes. So they can either read 1, 2, or 3 boxes. And then the student, whichever student gets to the last word here, has to dance, or like has to dance, or if your class is very big. When I did this with my 6th graders, the student would be out and we'd kind of go down to like a survivor type game. So you can do it this way. So the students can practice the letters, practice the words, and just have them read along until one student has to dance. Yeah. So that way, if you do make them dance, then they're still in, so they get to still practice with the students. Okay. So there's that one. So this website is on the presentation that I'll be giving to you, so you can kind of look through. And they do have kind of blank templates as well. So you don't have to just, you can customize. You can customize it to what you're teaching to the students. Here's a drawing website. It's kind of a simple drawing tool. So if you wanted the students to draw something, you can have them do it, have them draw an 8. So you can have them open up their browser and share the screen with you. If you wanted them to write down numbers or write down answers like this, and the students, you can always just go and start a new document as well. Okay. And then one resource here for stories and reading. So it's a good way, again, phonemic awareness, to get the stories out and for have them to practice. This website has different actors and different people reading these stories for free. So these are all available. So this one here that I was previously on is a kindergarten book. So you can choose which website to view the videos on. So I've clicked YouTube, Vimeo is available, and SchoolTube that they've uploaded on. And then there's a teacher's guide that you can view as well that they have available. So all these are kind of free resources that you can use in your class. So if you wanted to have a story time, or if you wanted, you know, maybe even have the parents kind of listen with the students as an extra thing. And then in the teacher's guide, they have before, during, and after reading tasks available. So these are some questions that you might want to ask the students or whatnot. And then you have the option to buy the book as well. eFuture will have an e-library as well. So a lot of our readers will be kind of online available to use. Might have to contact Royal Platinum about the e-library. But we do, if you wanted some readers, like we do have phonics readers, we do have, you know, graded readers for each level of elementary school, including kindergarten as well. So these are kind of some extra resources that you can use. And check my resource lists. I believe that's most of the resources that I had. This one here is just a kind of general resource that kind of lists more things and talks about teaching kindergarten online. I just thought I would include that in there as well. And yeah, that's kind of most of what I had to share with you guys today, actually. So we have about 15 minutes or so. Did you guys have any questions, or was there any resource that I showed right now that you'd like me to go back and maybe go a bit deeper? I wanted to make sure that I touched on everything, so I left a bit of time at the end here. So if there was one resource that you particularly wanted to view more of, I have time right now to do that. So I have all these that are kind of listed. So if there's any questions or comments, or you wanted to kind of present an idea for me to kind of talk about, or a topic that you'd like to discuss about, I am here to be your resource. So yes. Ivana, I'm going to put you back as a panel as well. So if you had anything you wanted to discuss with me. Make it so you guys can talk. So feel free to message me in the chat. If there's any comments or future things. You guys can think of something up. Don't leave right away. I do have the link for you guys to get your certificates and the presentation together. So the certificate has, the title of our training today, and you can write in your name to prove your attendance. So you can download that all in. Okay. So if there's any questions, check Q&A. It's nothing there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and send the link right now. Just double check, let me know that you can see the certificate and my presentation in this link. So please click on the link and then let me know in the chat if everything is in there and available. So you should be able to download all of this. And the whole child approach. Okay, yeah, I can answer that. So explain a little bit about the whole child approach. So basically it's putting the teacher in the mode of not just teaching your subject, okay, and not making sure, okay, they know the vocabulary, they know the phonics, but looking at the other aspects of the child. And so it's essentially not just preparing their English level for the next grade, but also preparing their full skills for the next grade. So for example, so like here, challenging them mentally. So we taking this, for example, here. Can they cognitively, can they mentally follow what you're asking them to do? Okay. Can they follow crayon? Can they tell me where the crayon is? Okay. So like this would be challenging them kind of mentally, cognitively. The socially, like, so the main four that we had that we want to develop was social, mental, physical, and emotional. Okay, so those were the four things that we wanted to challenge the students. Okay, so emotionally, emotional kind of goes in with this as well. They kind of get that nervous feeling, they kind of get that excited feeling, trying to get them to, harness and kind of develop these feelings and how to control it is kind of something that we're trying to look at. Because at the ages of 3 to 5, especially the physical ones, they don't know, how to, do things physically. Obviously, in the pandemic right now, it's hard to get them to do physical activities since, we have a screen separating us. But getting them to do even just projects, a coloring project is a good way to get them to develop their physical. Okay? Being sure that they can, color in between the lines. Using the mouse is even something. So, just having them use the drawing tool. So if we had this drawing tool. Where's my browser? Here. So if we gave them this website and then just had them play around, draw something. Okay. So they just do scribbles. Even this right here, still developing their physical skills. They're learning how to, use their range of motion, use their limbs in certain ways. So if you gave them this here, go through something new, and although they're not writing it, they're using their hand, you can ask them to write an A. Okay. So it's developing, the whole child approach is using developing their other skills, but also are developing their other skills within the English class. So it's not just developing their mental cognitive skills through English, but finding ways to incorporate other skills and develop them in the English classroom is kind of where I'm going with the whole child approach. Okay. Was that kind of clear, Teka? Was that where kind of a better, deeper explanation on the whole child approach? So it's just taking the whole child, the whole part of them, the whole skills, rather than focusing in on individual small skills. Okay. And thank you guys as well for participating and taking the time out of your early morning. I know it's not easy, not easy to kind of come in and listen to me talk for an hour and a half. Yeah, you're welcome, Chita. Thank you for the question. Yeah, so